Is AI HIPAA compliant? It's one of the most common questions I get from healthcare and compliance teams, and the honest answer makes people a little uncomfortable. Over the next few minutes, I'll separate what the vendor actually signs from what you still have to build. Let's start with the short answer. No AI tool is HIPAA compliant. Not ChatGPT, not Claude, not Copilot, not the model your vendor is demoing next week. Here's the part most teams miss. The tool is not the unit of compliance. Your implementation is. Compliance is a property of the system you build around the model, not a checkbox on the model itself. That brings us to the core distinction. HIPAA Ready is not the same as HIPAA compliant. HIPAA Ready describes what the vendor delivers. They'll sign a business associate agreement on a covered surface, meet their side of the security rule, and name the covered services explicitly. HIPAA compliant describes what you are accountable for, the full implementation. Access controls over who can send protected health information, audit logging with 6-year retention, encryption, and agreements with every system downstream. So a signed BAA is the floor, not the finish line. The contract covers the vendor's processing of your data. Everything else stays on your side of the line. You own access controls, enforcing which users and systems can send protected health information, and under what conditions. You own audit logging and retention. HIPAA requires 6 years, and the vendor does not keep your application logs. You own encryption and configuration. And you own the BAA chain, your database, your logging pipeline, your analytics. Every downstream system that touches that data needs its own agreement. Here's a trap that catches a lot of teams. A BAA rarely covers the whole product catalog. Same vendor, same brand. But the consumer chat app and the API under a BAA are not the same product. What can be covered? The first-party API under a HIPAA-enabled organization, HIPAA-ready enterprise plans with admin opt-in, and cloud-hosted routes under a hyperscaler's BAA. What's typically not covered? Consumer chat tiers, developer consoles, beta features, and anything used with that data before the agreement is signed and enabled. Read the exclusion list. This leads to the most common and most dangerous error in healthcare AI. The BAA halo effect. That's the mistaken belief that one signed agreement makes every one of a vendor's products compliant for your organization. 3 things to remember. 1. A BAA is not a certification. It covers specific services under specific conditions. 2. It covers processing, not behavior. It won't redact a screenshot before it's uploaded or stop a user on the wrong plan. 3. Be careful is not a control. If a staff member pastes a clinical note into a free chatbot, that's a violation no matter how careful they were. So before you pilot AI with patient data, here are the 3 things I tell every client. 1. The BAA is the floor, not the finish line. It covers the vendor's processing, not your user's behavior. 2. Surface matters. Confirm the exact covered product, because the chat app and the API are different. And 3. Be careful is not a control. Enforce it in the system, with access controls, logging, and de-identification, not training reminders alone. Here's the bottom line. AI belongs in healthcare, but the compliance work doesn't disappear because the interface got smarter. It moves up the stack to you. If you're working through where AI fits in a regulated environment. Thanks for watching.